Alright, so we begin the next problem. Consider the following set of processes with the arrival times and the CPU burst times given in milliseconds. Okay, so these are different processes P1, P2, P3, P4, and they arrive at these times 0, 1, 2, 4, and the burst time, the amount of CPU, the amount of time in CPU they need is 5, 3, 3, and 1. Okay, and we have to find we have to find the average turnaround time. Okay, we have to find the average turnaround time for these processes with the preemptive shortest remaining processing time first algorithm. Okay, so this preemptive algorithm, so that means that in the middle, if necessary, some process can be kicked out if a process with better priority comes, higher priority, and you have to find the average turnaround time. And what is the turnaround time? Turnaround time is the time when the process gets in to the time when it is complete. It does completion. Everything is done with that process. So that time. Okay. So what I'm going to do first out here is I'm going to write down these burst times down here for these processes. Okay. For P1 it is 5. I'm going to write these because these will change, and for P2 it is 3 in the beginning, for P3 it is 3, and for P4 it is 1. Okay, and you have to remember it is shortest remaining time. Okay, processing time, that's shortest remaining time. And then I'm going to mark these arrival times. So this is 0, and out here process P1 comes. Okay, so P1 arrives at this time, and out here it is 1, and process P2 arrives out here, and out here it is 2. Okay, and then process P3 arrives here. Okay, and then there is 3, and then there is 4, and process P4 arrives at this time 4. Okay, and then what you can do is you can see what will happen. Okay, so right now at time 0, okay, P1 is the only process. Okay, it will go on, it will go from 0 to 1 like this. So P0 will run from here to here. Okay, not P0, this is P1. Okay, uh, P1 P1 will run from 0 to 1, and that means this will be decreased to 4. And at this time at 1, P2 comes in, and for P2 the remaining time is better, it is just 3. So from here onwards P2 will start running. Okay, and P3 comes out here, but for P3 the remaining time is 3, and by this time the remaining time for P2 will become 2, so it will not be kicked off. So P2 will keep on running. Okay, and P2 will keep running up till this point, and at this point P4 comes in, and by that time this P3 is actually finished. Okay, because all the CPU time it needed, that is 3, it has actually run for that time. Okay, so sorry, this was P2 that was finished. Okay, sorry about that. So this was P2 that gets finished out here. Okay, at this point, and then at this point what happens is these are the remaining times. For P1 it is 4, for P3 it is 3, and for P4 it is 1. So that means that P4 will get the CPU out here, and it needs only 1 unit time, so that means it will run from here to here, and with that this is gone. Okay, and then we have a choice out of P3 and P1, and the smallest remaining time is for P3, that is 3, so that means P3 comes in here, and this runs up till 8. Okay, and then we are left with P1, that means P1 will run up till 12, and with that thing finally this is the stop, this is the end out here. We'll stop here, and we don't need this thing. Okay, so we have all these things, and then let's find the average turnaround time. Okay, average turnaround time. Let's calculate average turnaround time. So what is the turnaround time for P1? Okay, P1 arrived at 0 and it completed at 12, so that means the turnaround time for P1 is 12. Okay, see, we take the average. Okay, this average turnaround time, that means we take the average of all the times. What is the turnaround time for P2? P2 arrives at 1 and it finishes at 4. That means the turnaround time for P2 is 4 minus 1. Okay, that is 3. And then we talk about P3. Okay, P3 arrives at 2 and it finishes at 8. That means the turnaround time is 8 minus 2, that is 6. And then we talk about P4. P4 arrives at 4, finishes at 5. The turnaround time is 5 minus 4, that is 1. And we take the average of all these. So what do you get out of here? You get 22 by 4. Okay, and 22 by 4 is 5.5. okay, which means that your option A is the correct choice.